G'day everybody, hope you're having a great start to the week. Start of the week, right, so what's going on with the market? Well, not a great deal. We're seeing a lot of messiness in my opinion. We know neither here nor there. We go up a little bit, we go down. And if we look at Bitcoin's daily chart right now, there's a potential for the higher low here, but we've still got to take out this level up here of 110,660 for us to go into a daily uptrend. Go into a daily uptrend, fantastic. We've got a daily uptrend. If we take out the all-time highs, which will be not too far away, if we do go into a daily uptrend, we'll then have an uptrend on the weekly, with this being a higher low and the new higher high setting a weekly uptrend in motion to go as well with the monthly uptrend. So what I just showed you here is some cyclicity, some trend agreement. And when we've got multiple trends in agreement, the way I trade anyway, it gives me a far higher probability of a successful outcome and a high probability for a profit. The thing is, what do we do when we don't have the perfect conditions that we love to see, where the highest probabilities are available? Well, where the high probabilities are not available, we leave alone. Now, I scan most days, 486 pairs for my margin trading. Okay, now out of those 486 pairs, my list today is really 3. There's 1 here and 2 here. I'm long in hyper. I've got a couple of trades on. I've got 1 trade on, and I'm only a short over here in stacks as well on this daily time frame here from this short here. But the reality is that, as Jesse Livermore said, there is a time to be long, there is a time to be short, and there is a time to go fishing. But whilst that saying is fantastic off the back of, he wrote Reminiscence of a Stock Operator in 1914 or something like that. It's a very well-known trading book, kind of a trading Bible. The saying is fantastic, but how do we make that real? How do we know when the time to stay out is? Well, as I just showed you, a confluence of events tends to help us, a confluence of trends tends to help us with the time to be heavily involved and to be doing lots of trading because the conditions are really good. But how do we know when the conditions aren't so good and therefore to stay out? And what do we do when we're staying out? Well, when you're staying out, you can do whatever you want. But the way that I do it is I go through my list of, these are 486 pairs each and every day. Now, I go through that methodically because I've got a systemized approach. I'm looking for trend. I'm looking for agreement of multiple time frame trends. I'm using my moving averages, and I'm working to a checklist-based trading strategy. What I've come up with today, and I wanted to show this too because I think it is important to know when to stay out, because a lot of people can make money in a short period of time as a trader. You know, they might do well over a short period, bunch of money comes in, they go, yes, this is fantastic. Then the markets shrivel back in and they don't give those same high probability opportunities, but they keep trading at the same rate and they watch those profits diminish, and they diminish significantly. And then it starts to hurt. You've probably been there before where you go, God damn it, now I'm giving it all back. Well, what you have to realize is that not having a trade on is actually a position. Okay, so no trade is a position. It means that you've decided that there is no need for you to have any money risked in the market at that given time, because the market is not showing you a market that's conducive of extracting profit with relative ease whilst managing your risk. Now, whilst you never know when the market's going to go running hard up or hard down, you are able to look at what is there. And we're looking for momentum and we're looking for trends. I'm a trend follower. Here, Aero is in my watch list, and it has been since this morning when I did my scan with my Discord community. The daily clearly has momentum to the upside. There is a slightly higher low right here. If I now show you on the 4-hour, you will see a higher low, higher low to a higher high, and now it's pulling back into this region. That's as simple as it is, right? For me, there is a trend that is available. It has cyclicity. It ticks a number of my boxes. It therefore goes into my watch list. The only other one that is in there is CTSI, and you will note exactly the same: a higher low, a higher high, a higher low, a higher high, and now it's pulling back in, and I am actively stalking this for a long position. The reality is, though, is that you've got to have some form of methodology, an approach in the market where you're not going to the market looking for trades. The way I do it, it's a process of elimination. I have a very strict set of rules and a criteria that I will follow. The first 3 rules typically removes nearly every single chart that is out there, and it leaves me with what is left. What is left tends to be something that has a really good trend. Where the really good trends are, you find momentum. Where you find momentum, you find cyclicity. Where you find cyclicity, you'll start to find patterns that form. And whether you learn how to trade the way I do, you'll see patterns forming. You'll see high probability outcomes start to come to your vision. If you're looking at the whole market and just doing TA across all of it, you're going to find yourself in a perpetual state of confusion and analysis paralysis. So find a way that you can essentially clear the chaff out and get to the good stuff, the stuff that's worthwhile looking at. If you want to join my free newsletter, be my guest. I'll help you with stuff in there, but just find a method that allows you to get to the good stuff and get rid of all the other rubbish, because it will waste your time and it will often have you involved in the market on days where you really have no place to be involved, and you can take that day off. Now, I hope this finds you well. Have a great day. I'll speak to you soon. Bye for now.